Okay, we're going to go over just some of the basics of midfield on-ball defense. We already addressed what it means to take away the angles of the T, right? On one side of the field, you're going to right foot. On another side of the field, you're going to left foot. Okay, I'm just going to draw that up here so we know we're cutting the field in half. Okay, if I am defending on this side of the field, it's a right foot. Okay, if I am the X, I'm on defense, and let's say the O's on offense. Okay, I want to be in a stance like that, almost where my body is half of a body length upfield of the man I'm defending. And that's going to encourage him to go down the alley. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is make sure that we are half a step behind our man. Actually, we're going to trail them down the alley, so that we can't give up. We take away the middle of the field, but we want to stay trailing them so we don't give up the rollback. So this is most of our guys. You guys get this part. Okay, you get taking away the middle of the field. What we start to see happen is that midfielder's dodging down the alley. Obviously we want you to get a bump and knock him as wide as possible so he's not dodging tight down the pipeline, right? We don't want to just force him down the alley. If you're more athletic than him, you should be forcing him down the alley and riding him at an angle like this away from the goal, okay? If you're matched up on a really talented midfielder that might be a little faster than you, he might be veering into the pipeline like that when you force him down the alley. But that's why we slide and recover, okay? That's why we have a team defense, okay? So we want you to stay trailing your man by half of a step, whether he's beating you a little bit or whether you feel like you're right on him. Trail him by a quarter of a step to a half of a step. What that enables you to do is avoid one of the big pitfalls that we see in club lacrosse all the time from midfielders, which is they give up rollbacks a lot, okay? You don't want to stay hip to hip with this man as he's dodging down the alley. If you're hip to hip with him, when he gets to right here, if you're right there, what are you giving up? You're giving up the ability for him to roll back to the middle of the field on you, okay? So you want to stay just a little bit behind him so that if he goes to roll back, you're there to continue to deny the middle of the field. Don't want to give up a rollback, okay? The last thing that we want to go over is do not go overhead on defense on a dodge down the alley, because then you give up the under dodge, okay? So if this midfielder right now is dodging down the right alley and you are trailing him, trying to keep him down the alley, and he looks like he's going to pull back to shoot right-handed, and you go over his head there, you enable him to get under you to his inside hand, where he's got a heck of a lot more angle to score, much more difficult save for our goalie. All of this stuff, guys, is all about angles and understanding the angles of the goal. We don't need you to defend the entire field. We just need you to defend the important angles of the goal that make up that area that we kind of call the paint, okay? We call this area right here the paint. That's what you need to be worried about, okay? How do you give that up? Give that up most easily by giving up the middle of the field, okay? And then you give it up by going over the head and letting the guy get under you. Just try to ride your man to a low angle. Trust that your goalie can make low angle saves, and then if we need to slide to you, we will.